Welcome to English, Please, the podcast where we explore interesting topics in under 10 minutes in clear, intermediate English. I'm your host, Christopher. I live in New York City, and I've always been passionate about languages and how we learn them. Whether you're listening on your way to work or while cooking dinner at home, this show is designed to help you with your English listening and comprehension skills. A few months ago, I did an episode about why native English speakers don't sound like your textbook. I talked about 3 reasons: fixed phrases, short reactions, and something called connected speech. A lot of listeners wrote to me after that episode and asked for a full episode on connected speech. That's exactly what we're going to do in this episode. Before we start, I want to mention that every week I send a short newsletter with the release of each new episode. The newsletter includes a practice tip and a movie or series recommendation specifically for intermediate English learners. It's free, and you can sign up at comullen.com/newsletter. The link is also in the description. Okay, let's talk about connected speech. Here's the problem. You study English for years. Your grammar is solid and your vocabulary is good. But when you listen to a native speaker in a movie, a podcast, or a real conversation, it still feels too fast. The words blur together, you miss things, and you wonder if you'll ever really understand natural English. The reason is connected speech. And this isn't unique to English. Connected speech happens in almost every language. If you speak German, French, Spanish, or Russian, your language does this too. You just don't notice it because you grew up with it. With English, you have to learn to hear these patterns for the first time as an adult in a new language. And that's what makes it challenging. In English, we don't say each word separately, one at a time. We blend words together, we drop sounds, and we change sounds, all in order to speak more smoothly and quickly. This is completely natural and automatic for native speakers. We don't even notice we're doing it. Today, I want to show you 3 patterns that explain a lot of what you're hearing. The first pattern is linking. Linking happens when one word ends in a consonant sound, a sound like T, D, N, or K, and the next word starts with a vowel sound like A, E, or I. For example, turn it off. In slow, careful speech, you hear 3 separate words. Turn it off. But in natural speech, it sounds more like turn it off. The words flow into each other. Another example, pick it up. Fast and natural, that becomes pick it up. This is why even short, simple phrases can be hard to understand. The words you know perfectly when you read them often sound completely different when they're spoken at normal speed. The second pattern is dropping sounds. In natural speech, certain words disappear. This is called elision, but you don't need to remember that word. What matters is recognizing when it happens. The most common sounds that disappear are T and D, especially in the middle of a phrase. Next day becomes next day. The T disappears. Last time becomes last time. Most of them becomes most of them. And it's not just T and D. The H sound at the beginning of words like him and her often disappears too. I told him in fast speech sounds like I told him. Give her a call sounds like give her a call. When you know about this pattern, a lot of the things that sound like mistakes or that sound confusing will suddenly make sense. The speaker didn't skip the word. The sound just got lighter. The third pattern is changing sounds. This one surprises a lot of learners. Sometimes sounds don't disappear. Instead, they actually change into a different sound entirely. The most common example involves you. When certain words come before you, the sounds blend and transform. Don't you becomes don't ya. Did you becomes did ya. Would you becomes would ya. Meet you becomes meet ya. If you've ever watched an American movie and wondered why a character seemed to be saying a word you didn't recognize, this is probably what was happening. It wasn't a word you missed. It was two words that changed sounds when they came together. Here's the important thing to remember. You don't need to speak this way. Your goal is to understand it, not to imitate it. But once you start hearing these three patterns, linking, dropping, and changing sounds, natural English becomes much less mysterious, and you start to hear the words underneath the speed. If you want structured practice with exactly this kind of listening, I made a workbook with audio called the English Listening Accelerator. It's 10 lessons designed to help intermediate learners understand natural connected English. It's only $7, and you can find it at comullen.com/listen. The link is also in the description. And if you haven't subscribed to the newsletter yet, every week I share a movie or series recommendation that's good for intermediate learners, plus a short practice tip. Sign up at the link in the description. And if you're already a subscriber, check your latest email for this week's recommendation. Again, I'm Christopher, and I want to invite you to join me in future episodes of English Please to hear about a variety of topics, all focused on helping you with your English. Subscribe now wherever you listen, and let's continue this adventure together in clear, understandable English. Sincere thanks, as always, for listening. See you soon!